Hello, all of you guys. I am so encouraged to have each and every one of you here. This is a full packed, brand new free workshop that I put together for you. So I just wanted to pop on. I've got slides for you because I don't know about you guys, but I'm a visual learner. So I like to see things as well as hear them. So I'm going to, for most of today's workshop, I'm going to actually have slides up. But I wanted just to say, like, yeah, I'm here, I'm real. Kendra says she likes my new haircut. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so for you all that might be new to Zoom, I just want to tell you two quick things. One, I'm going to be asking you questions because this truly is a workshop that I want to actually get feedback from you, and I want you to get benefit from this. So you want to make sure that right across the bottom of where you're watching this video, you should see an option that says chat. Many of you all have already found it. If you are just getting on and you didn't hear me earlier ask, I would love for you to drop in the chat box where you live in the world. Totally random, related to the world we're all living in right now. I was getting ready this morning and I was looking on my bathroom counter and I was like, you know what? These things right here in my bathroom make me super happy. And I thought to say, for all of you watching right now, what's right in your house that you're like, this might seem really random and weird, but like this makes me happy. So before I go to my slides, I will show you two things that make me really happy. One, BioFreeze. Second would be Burt's Bees. So these are just random little quirks about me, but sharing that with you guys. Awesome. I'm reading your comments in the chat box. So with that being said, I've got fellow people here that also like the Burt's Bees, and let's get started. You should right now no longer see my face as the main part of today's training, but you should see my slides. And if you do, please just someone write slides in the chat box so I am not thinking one thing and something else is happening. I want to just welcome you guys all. This is a workshop called Business Not as Usual. I'm excited to be able to start with you guys. Grab your tea, grab your notepad. We're going to be talking about social media marketing during uncertain times. And I'm really quickly laughing because I popped back to see myself because I wanted to make sure I actually did click the record button, because that would be a travesty to realize that 40 minutes from now. Now, what I do also want to let you guys know that I am going to have a replay. So for any reason, if you have to pop off or if you are sitting there about to get a broken arm because you're taking tons of notes, I will have this available and will be sending a replay to you. All right? So I'm going to just open us up with a quick prayer. Heavenly God, thank you so much for each and every person that is here, man, woman, people that have been in their business for years, or those that maybe are feeling like they are newer on this journey. I pray that you would bless them. I pray, God, that the Holy Spirit would be a part of today's workshop and training, and that, Lord, you'd speak through me, and that the outcome of this would be what you want and nothing else, Lord. We put your priorities and your needs and your will above anything else that we have. And I just pray for protection among everyone that's here today, as well as our whole world, Lord, as we're just dealing with this whole COVID-19 thing. And we pray all of these things in your name. Amen. So here's what I want for you. I want you to learn 3 things that you are going to take action on in your business or your nonprofit. I realize that there's going to be a ton of information. And in fact, I'm going to go quickly, and I'm going quickly because I want to get through all of this content, and I'm trying to get it all in approximately 45 minutes. But I want you to kind of show up almost with a blank piece of paper, and I want you to take notes as something just really resonates with you. And because we have so many dozens and dozens of people from around the world watching, you are going to maybe get things out of this that you're going to go and take action on that are not going to be the same as someone else. So I really encourage you. I pray that God would work in you and you'd get out of this what is going to help you in your organization. Proverbs 21:21 says, whoever pursues righteousness and love finds life, prosperity, and honor. And I find as a business owner, even during these times, that is a huge encouragement to me. So here's why I'd love your time today. I am Heather Hyman. For those of you that might be new to me, I live in South Carolina. I'm a CEO. I'm an author of the book, The Golden Rules of Social Media Marketing. I'm a social media strategist. I'm an adjunct faculty at Columbia International University, and I am a speaker. But as a digital missionary, I'd love to share with you something today that could help you increase your business during what you and I honestly might find to be a crazy time. So for a quick hot second, I think it's important for you to just hear a little glimpse of like why I believe you should listen to me. You know, what's my credibility, right? And I think that is important. And I'm just going to take about 90 seconds and share a little bit about who you are listening from today. So I have actually been in digital marketing since around 2000. I started in web design, graphic design, and ultimately moved into social media in 2011 when I started my first company. So I have built 2 successful businesses beyond 6 figures, completely having social media marketing be the focus and the backbone of my ability to connect with others. And that's what today's conversation is going to be about, so you can do that more effectively. I've helped thousands of business owners and nonprofit leaders grow. I am a digital missionary. I've had the ability to work along 3 separate Chick-fil-A store operators and dozens of other business owners. I did just write my first book called The Golden Rules of Social Media Marketing, and I'm the founder of Social Thrive Business Academy, where I help Christian business leaders be able to grow using social media and give them group coaching and give them step-by-steps what they can do. And I have a podcast. So if you listen to podcasts, I'd love for you to tune in. It's called Business, Jesus, and Sweet Tea. Now, a little bit on the personal side, I'm a wife to Wayne. I'm a mom of 3. We are a respite home for foster children. I used to weigh 313 pounds. I'm a survivor of an emotionally abusive marriage during my college years. On the dog front, I've got a standard poodle and an Australian Shepherd mix. I am a huge advocate of being pro-life, and I am a big supporter on the fight against human trafficking. Now, why on earth did I share that with you before we dive into this? Well, the reality is I did that because maybe one of those things is a way for you and I to be connected beyond just business. Maybe one or multiple of those things makes you intrigued or want to learn more about me as a person. Because at the end of the day, I'm a real person, you're a real person, and we are connecting virtually. And some of you I know face to face, but I'd say most of you I don't. And so I think that even though I just took those few moments to tell you more about me, I did so intentionally at the beginning because I'm just trying to give us more of an opportunity to have a deeper connection. So Sarah Blakely, who is the founder and owner of an amazing brand called Spanx, said, make it, sell it, and build awareness. In fact, she was saying that as a quote in response to a question that she got asked, saying, if I were an entrepreneur and I wanted to grow and build what I had, these are the things that she said as a top priority of what she'd focus on. I will be honest and tell you that this training is not focused on helping you make or identify what your business is. And yes, you can get sales, you can get leads through social media, but we will heavily focus on what that looks like for you to be able to build awareness with the right people in order for you to have that opportunity to sell it. So your ability to communicate, engage, and connect matters, and social media is an absolutely great way for you to do that. You can do this on iOS. That would also be all of those of you that are holding an Apple iPhone in your hand right now, an Android device, if you have a desktop, a laptop, or an iPad. If you have one of those or some of those, social media can help you grow your business even during these current uncertain times. Now, prior to 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, everything you see on the screen would have been fair game as a way for you to connect, do business, deepen relationships with the people that like, know, and trust you already, and to build that with people who don't yet know you and kind of start those new. face-to-face conferences, in-person meetups, speaking events, on-site festivals, church services for all of you that might be here in the church world. But today, that's not an option. And so I want to encourage you to know now is an amazing time to pay attention to your social media marketing. It's been here. It was here prior to 3 weeks ago. And I am very well aware that many of you all may already be on social media. And so you might want to focus on up-leveling what you have been doing. Some of you may have a successful business. Maybe you were relying upon many of those other opportunities prior to the current state that we're in right now, but you can start today. And one of the things I like to let people know, I am a simple girl. If there's anyone here that finds themselves liking the idea of simple in the chat box, just type simple. And the reality is no fancy equipment is needed, okay? So your offer 2 weeks ago maybe worked. Today, it might not. How you communicated yesterday maybe worked if you were at a conference like you see here on the left, but guess what? Today, it isn't. Now, I'm the first person to tell you, I am a firm believer that God is bigger than anything that we are experiencing right now. This did not catch him off guard or by surprise, and we will, as a nation or as a global community, we will be able to come back from this. And I really, truly believe as believers, the best truly is yet to come. But for now, where we are now, that's what I want to focus and talk to you about. So what you see right now is a local restaurant in Columbia, South Carolina. They had a post recently that said, yes, we are open until 8 p.m. to go and take out only, sticky everything. They've got a graphic that includes some of their product, and they've got a reference to the name and their location and their phone number. Those are things that are really important because right now, people are spending more time scrolling. They are spending more time at home. And there are many people that their lives have really been turned upside down, including some of you all. You may have children or grandchildren that you know are right now being educated at home. You have people that you know, or maybe you have a completely different work regimen, or maybe even your business offering that was awesome a month ago is honestly something you couldn't even execute on because the world or the culture or the circumstances have changed. And so I think it's so imperative that all of us as businesses realize that your social media needs to have messaging that is relevant to exactly what is going on. If you sell food, people may be questioning, okay, did they lose their staff because they're home now taking care of people? Are they still open? So you don't want the messaging on social media to just be automated and be something you posted 3 weeks ago. You want to be super clear and make it as easy as possible for someone to be able to come and do business with you. Here's another example, Wildwood Aesthetic Dentistry. Now here's a message that they posted that included a video. It's them not necessarily saying, hey, we're open, but here's what it is doing. It's them letting their audience of people that already are maybe customers, or maybe those people that are in the process of just looking for a dentist, it's letting them know that their doors actually are closed. It's guiding them to go to their website where they can, take a different course of action, but they're using social media to have a relevant and to have a current message to communicate to their audience. And that's what we all need to be doing with our social. Unfortunately, the late Kenny Rogers and his amazing talents, I love this quote that I recently saw. He said, you either do what everyone else is doing and you do it better, or you do what no one else is doing and you don't invite comparison. I know that that's so easy to just kind of like hear and move on, but I truly encourage you all to just let that sink in for a second, because that is absolutely really smart. And it absolutely relates to you and your social media marketing efforts. So here's what I like to tell you people. This may be an opportunity where you need to pivot. If yesterday you had a service where you were going in and doing industrial cleaning of restaurants, and now maybe many of those products are not being used, or many of your accounts have been closed because those restaurants are currently closed. Maybe you have a new offering and you're going in and saying, hey, we're going to go in and do this deep clean type of offering service. Or maybe your product is available to be sold individually to consumers for all the people that are home. You might have to pivot. And I want to encourage you to know that social media is an amazing way for you to communicate that pivot. And it also does not have to be a permanent pivot. It could truly just be for a time such as this. I'd also like to let you know that you can think outside the box. If you try to say, what could I do differently that could truly solve a problem, that could truly meet a need, that maybe isn't like what everyone else is doing, it's going to be able to help you differentiate yourself from everyone else, but it's going to give you something true and real and relevant that you can talk about on your social media. And I would love to encourage you guys to dig deep as to what you can do instead of what you can't do, because it's really easy to allow ourselves to kind of get into this negativity mindset. And so I am going to ask you right now, on that piece of paper that you've got right in front of you, I've got a timer and it's already set. And I want you to take about 40 seconds and I want you to brainstorm and jot down, how can you pivot, think outside the box, or dig deep as what you can do in your business and in your nonprofit instead of focusing on when you can't? I'm going to be quiet for about 20 more seconds, and I want everyone to jot something down. Okay, so in the chat box, if you wrote anything down, I would love for you to just write one of those things down that just kind of came to you during that quick brainstorm time of something that you can do to either pivot, think outside the box, or to really just what you can do. And just type that into the chat box. So once you are clear on how you can currently serve, then you can show up in your social media and in your marketing, and you can take action. So we're going to talk about some social media tips. I love it. You guys are giving me some great insight. Someone says that they're an AC company. Now they're offering indoor air quality products. I love that. You can learn more from other people, get serious about making use of their social media in their business. Some people say I can show up and be real and go with the flow and not worry about my plan. Awesome, Meg. I appreciate that. Ask people how they're doing. Beth, I love that. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you some real practical. If you like practical, type in the chat box practical, because I'm about to guide through some very specific. You can go audit yourself and you can make these changes in the next hour, the things I'm about to cover. Awesome. Mary Lee, Pat, Dr. Sherry, Beth, so many of you guys are saying yes, you love practical. So social media tips. You want to use the Facebook Pages app that's got the orange flag on your phone to make uploading content easier, especially if you want to be able to have real-time content. Tip, this is not the blue Facebook app that you may have been using on your phone for years and years as a regular person. What am I talking about? Well, this is what it looks like. If you need to take a screenshot, I will leave this up here for about 10 seconds. And please, if you want to grab your phone and take a screenshot of anything during this training, take a screenshot. But that icon in the top left is what the Facebook app looks like that you need to have for your Facebook business page. Now, right now, this is a tip, obviously, that recommends that is for the platform of Facebook. And many of you all may be focusing on other platforms, which much of the content we're going to be talking about today is relevant on all of your platforms. Okay. Social media tip. Your cover photo is your biggest piece of visual real estate across LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Okay? Your cover photo updated needs to point people to a top priority for how you are there to help them. Do you guys know that I spent this morning and I had to click on 97 church cover photos before I found one church? Before I found one church that had their cover photo that indicated something that was relevant to current. Now, if you guys are right now living in the same world I'm in, what have you noticed about many churches that's very different than how they had been operating 2, 3, 4 weeks ago? What's different? Well, the difference for most of the churches is that they've moved to online because meeting in person is not an option. However, I had to go through 90 plus cover photos before I found one church that had anything indicating that's what's happening. So, churches, that's relevant to you. You want to have something on your cover photo, or it's a great opportunity, I should say, for you to be able to guide people. So this was the church, Sandhills Community Church. I found this church. In their cover photo, it says, "We will be offering online services only until further notice. Join us every Sunday at 10 a.m. Like super clear, right there in the cover photo. Amazing real estate. Churches are having people in droves show up more for social media, for Zoom, for things that they had never done before. Now, some of it could just be an age barrier demographic. It's not maybe how they would prefer. And again, I am the person here to tell you nothing I'm teaching today is to replace face-to-face connection and building with people. But the reality is we have to modify to what our environment is right now. So I just want you to know that that is prime real estate, not just for churches, but for businesses. So before I had this training, I changed the cover photo on my business page that pretty much said, "Hey, here's this free training that I'm doing." It gave a little glimpse of it. It said it was free. And then if somebody clicks on your cover photo, it brings up over here on the right a place where you can include more details. You can include a link to wherever you want to send people. And I would tell you that 90+% of any cover photo that I ever click on has no content over here. So what you can do is go in, and if you want to let people know, "Hey, we have this carry out option," or "Hey, we've got this way to serve," or "Hey, here's a free checklist that we have," whatever that business goal that you've got that you would say is a top priority now, that you want to elevate and make it just be a top visual thing for people to see, I recommend you take advantage of that real estate in your cover photo, and you take advantage of having language over here. You upload your photo, you save it. And the minute you save it, if you open your photo, you'll see right over here an option to click edit. And you can then add any text, any link, any information that you want to. Jane asks, "Do I recommend video as cover photo?" Awesome. Nothing against that, but especially I would recommend it be something that's relevant to exactly how you can serve people and help people and exactly like what your business is about. Social media tip. Did you know that approximately 70 to 75% of people are looking at your social media on mobile? Doesn't matter. I'm not trying to discount the 20, 30% that are maybe on desktop, but I'm just saying, hey guys, we've got to listen to the data. So this isn't about what Heather wants or Heather's preference. Because guys, I'm the first person to tell you that my 27-inch like iMac is my happy place. And yes, I do a lot of stuff work related on my phone, but I am the worst texter in all of America. And I hate Instagram on my phone because I am like a typer and I've got like all these heavy thoughts and I like to write them out. So I'm a desktop person. But when the data tells me that 70% of people are on mobile, guess what that means? We need to be good leaders and good stewards of our businesses and make sure that our content is optimized on mobile. This doesn't have to be fancy, guys. Open your phone, go to your business page, and see what it looks like. Now, that same church that I spotlighted earlier for having an awesome cover photo, when I went and looked on my phone, this is what it looks like. And so the text is off to the side, and I could guess what they're saying because I can just be like, put it together. But that's what 70% of the people see. So I believe that it would be in your best interest and my best interest to make sure that if you include text, that you've got an image in your cover photo that, and even though on social media and it's long and it's rectangular, have text minimal in your cover photo and have it centered so you don't run into this problem. Pat, can you add a downloadable PDF? Is that difficult to do? PDFs on Facebook, I believe, are not awesome, but what you can do is convert that PDF and use it as a PNG or a JPEG, and then you could use that. So I hope that that helps you, Pat. So I want you guys, I'm going to set my timer again. And again, I'm not trying to be like a school teacher. What I'm trying to be like is to get you to truly think, which is why I call this a workshop, because I want you to, at the end of this, to have taken a couple stopping points. So I'm starting my timer, pause for a moment, and I want you to brainstorm and just jot down what flows. How can you make changes to your social media that would more clearly communicate exactly what you need people to know right now? I'm going to be quiet. You've got about 20 more seconds. Okay. Those of you that wrote something down, I would love it. Just again, it makes me know that you're awake and that you're here. If you jotted something down, put it over into the chat box. If you wrote many things, just pick one and just write it down. Something that you could actually do to make changes. Okay, Dr. Sherry says she wants to make sure people know that her homeschool is still an option even when this is over. Okay, awesome. I love it. So you guys are giving some great feedback. Social media tips. We're going to keep on moving through your pinned posts on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And this is a very new feature to LinkedIn with a recent video or photo expressing how you are shifting or helping or serving. I want you to think of, again, your top priority of what you are needing to communicate. And in these key places, when people are going to maybe come and give you a 15-second glance, if that, does that top pinned post space tell people what's a top priority to you? Now, in my Social Thrive Business Academy, I'm all the time giving them ideas of saying, like, what are you going to do today that's done by Friday? What are you going to do now? What are you focusing on right now in your social media that you're literally driving hard at, that you have as a top priority? And so the same is true for your business. So for example, if you're deeply and heavily trying to let people know that you have a free training going, well, then that would probably be maybe what your pinned post is about. If you're wanting people to know that you are doing in-home consultations, maybe under certain guidelines or certain specifications, you want them to know about that. And again, you can do this in video or you could do this with a photo, but take advantage of that ability to pin that post when it's highly important for you guys. Here's another tip. If you have a blog, if you have a website that currently has information on it that helps your audience, in the chat box, can you please just type yes? What I want all of you to know that if you currently have created any content over the course of the last months, or many of you all over the last several years, you want to think of this time. Do you have any free resources that you consider grabbing the links to all of them and then communicate to your audience how they can easily access it all or the most popular? Many of you all are saying, yes, you've got this. So this is something that's awesome. That is a free way for you to almost over deliver and make it simple or easy. And you may have done these things and created them over the course of time. I know myself, I've got all kinds of checklists and I've got all kinds of opt-ins and I've done all types of those things and I've done them in the past and they've all been free, but they're all out there kind of in all different places. So you could, or you could assign a virtual assistant or someone on your team, you could assign them to gather all of those resources. And again, You could shoot an email out to all of your email list, letting them know, click here on this page, and on this one page on our website, we've made this really easy for you. We've got a link to all of our free resources. If you've got those kind of in an opt-in where they've got to give you an email address, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to change that, but wouldn't it be awesome for you as the leader to take the time to just put all the links for all of those on one easy, simple place for it to make it even easier for you to be the go-to person? Here's another tip. Your paid opportunities during this time are not needing to stop. Some of your messaging needs to 100% shift to embrace the today that your audience customers are facing. But guys, listen to me. If you are an accountant, your clients still need accounting services. I do social media marketing strategy and helping business owners. This is honestly something that people might more need now because maybe they've felt that they've neglected it. So don't for a moment feel that you are guilty or don't want to show up when you've got something that you genuinely know can help people. So I'm going to allow you to just mentally ask yourself this question. Say, do I have a product or a service or an opportunity, and that goes for all of you in the nonprofit space, that I truly believe that even today, in the midst of the uncertainty that's happening, can this help people? And if you answered yes to that, I want you to write in the comments, I want you to type a 10, okay? And if you typed a 10, I need you to mentally grasp that, realize that you are a leader, and realize that you showing up to put out how you help people is you serving. You are not serving well if you just, in the midst of all of this, say, you know what? We have felt that we don't want to be assistants and we don't want to help you anymore. That's not helpful. And I don't want anybody to allow any of those thoughts to kind of come into your mind. So many of you guys, Ashley, Beth, Linda, Edward, Erica, Meg, the 10s are flying through the roof in the chat box. So I love that. So you guys need to keep showing up because that's what leaders do. But make sure you hear me. Your messaging can't be deaf to what is happening. Okay. Now we're going to move into what should you post. So many times I'm speaking with businesses, real estate agents, companies that own restaurants, people that have a lawn mowing service, someone that's a lawyer. You know, they're like, what should we post? And I'm here to tell you, my book shared this content, and I talk about this online. I talk about this in my podcast, and I'm going to break this down for you because I want to keep this real simple. I believe what I'm going to share with you today isn't any different than what I was going to tell you 6 months ago, but the people and the audience that are going to be reading it, their lives are different. So let's go ahead and dive into this. What should you post? Please feel free to take a photo of this. By the way, does that photo on the left make anybody else hungry? Yeah, it kind of makes me hungry. Okay, what should you post? 1, you need to post content on social media that inspires your audience. Number 2, what educates your audience. Number 3, what motivates your audience. Number 4, evoke emotions. And number 5, make people's lives easier. Now, I've got a slide that I think is going to be super helpful to you guys coming up. I'm going to break this down. But first, I want you to take a moment to really stop and ask exactly what your mission is for your business. And as you're thinking of that, and as you show up every day, or as you show up maybe now or next week, and you're thinking of your social media marketing, I want you to realize that the mission of your business is not possibly the same as someone else that operates and has a business that even might offer a similar service. So, and even ask yourself, why did you start your business? Or why are you in ministry? Or why are you involved with that nonprofit? What is the real reason you are in business or serving in your organization? And when you keep that at the very forefront and you do what I'm about to tell you, it makes it easier for it to come across real, it's come across authentically, and it allows for you to really meet where your audience, where their needs are. Take a photo of this if you guys would like. What should you post? So earlier I shared this down, broke this up a little bit, but I've got a column on here that wasn't on the one before. And I like to just break this down in one simple way to tell you that I personally recommend to keep things simple, right? You hold up one hand. How many fingers do you have on one hand? You've got 5 fingers on one hand. So hold up your hand. Everybody. Oh, I'm watching you. Hold on just a second, guys. I'm going to actually, okay, take your phone. I want to see your video. If you've got the ability to have your video on right now, open your video. And I want everybody who's hearing me to hold up a hand. I'm going to take a picture. Hold up a hand. Okay, hold up a hand. Yeah. You guys are so good. Okay, back to where we were. See, we're being interactive. We're working with it. So back to where it was. There's that finger, those hands, right? Those 5. I want you to now change it. Everybody hold up one finger. I don't care which one you pick. Hold up one of those fingers. I want you to say to yourself, because I've got you all on mute, I want you to say, one of my 5 posts needs to be an offer. You are in business, guys, in churches, nonprofits. I'm talking to you too. It needs to be an offer of what that next step looks like. So when I use the word offer, I realize like I'm mixing business and nonprofits in this, but like I didn't have time to set this up and break this up into 2 workshops. But maybe for the nonprofit, that offer is you telling people about your fundraiser. Maybe it's letting people know about that offer for people to volunteer. You get where I'm going with this, right? Churches have offers too. So that offer for your school or for your nonprofit might be like what somebody could do during this time to offer to just be of service to your organization. Maybe it's just getting people to join a prayer team. That's what your offer is. You're trying to accomplish a goal. In your business, it might be that you've got something for sale. It also might be that someone could take that next step. Maybe it's that they want to get the checklist that you have in exchange for your email. And you're going to do that swap, and then you're going to love them and you're going to nurture them and you're going to give them value through those emails. Or maybe it's them taking that next step to know about getting on the phone with you. So 1 out of 5 of your posts, I believe, should be offer or deepening of those business goals related. Now look at this screen. In the Inspire column, 2 suggestions. How you are making a pivot to serve, happy customer story. How can you educate? Well, that's going to vary. If you're a realtor, you educate people by saying 3 mistakes that you need to know before you sell your home. That's a educational piece. But if you are a restaurant, how can you educate people? You can let them know that you've got Southern homemade, home-cooked food available during these hours, and this is the phone number to call, or they can get Uber Eats to deliver the food. Like, you've got to educate them. And the other columns, aside from the offer column, still may be things that are going to drive business growth, and that's fine. But educate, you're trying to make your audience smarter. Edward says he's loving this. I love this. You want to motivate, guys. That may have something that looks differently for all of us. Some of us can use more humor. Some of us have dry humor. Some of us are like super sarcastic. Some of us are quirky. Some of us have Bible verses in our branding. Some of us don't, but you can motivate people. You can use humor, and you can say, you know, how can I show up and be the best human? The other column, evoke emotions. And that does not necessarily mean cause controversy. So evoke emotions just means you're trying to get people to feel something with what you're posting. So that might allude to current events. You might just literally say, guys, what are you doing? Have you taken up any hobbies? Like, treat the people like the people they are. Overcome story or a help story on how you've helped somebody, or a great thing that just made your heart warm from something you've experienced in your organization. And again, we already discussed the offer column. Take a 45-second pause. Everybody, I want you to ask yourself, what should you be posting more of in order to serve well and help your audience know you are there for them? And I'm talking to you all, businesses and nonprofits. I'm going to be quiet. You've got about 24 more seconds. Okay, everybody, take a second in the comments, just type whatever you wrote. Just again, it's an exercise. You write it, it becomes more real. You communicate it to somebody else, it suddenly becomes like something that's maybe more real that you're going to actually take action on. Tavares asks a question about what about a graphic designer? Tavares, it's the same as my business. You literally just want to have on social media how you serve people, how you help people, examples of what your work is, the type of industries that you've worked with before, the type of people that you love working with, and give me a glimpse of like how you serve and what that looks like on your social media. So behind the product you're offering, you want to sell, there is a human being that is living in this very world that you are. And too many businesses try to separate that. They try to act like they are the local WIS TV, creating a 30-second, $30,000 commercial. And that is not the case. Social media is something that you've got the ability to just put yourself out there. It may not be perfect, but it's getting your message out there. And I can promise you will get better the more you do it. Communicate on social media like you understand what I just said. Ashley, who is a virtual bookkeeper, asked, how do I sell to people right now, especially when bookkeeping is a service that so many already think they can handle on their own? Answer, give value, extend an opportunity on how you can help, and show up. Guys, showing up on social media does not mean posting once a month. That's not going to cut it. Here are 15 post ideas. Feel free to take a photo of this. She could post top 3 reasons to have a bookkeeper. Post the 3 biggest mistakes that people are making when they do hire a bookkeeper. Post 3 ways people can improve their bookkeeping if they are doing it themselves. Post 3 testimonials of clients that you have helped or worked with in the past. Post 3 non-bookkeeping things just to relate to your audience as a human being. Humor, recipes, motivation, current events. All those things might apply to your business. You just need to swap out the word bookkeeper and insert your business. Feel free to take a photo of that. I'm going to switch it in like 3 seconds. Okay, we're going to talk video super fast. Video is your key to human connection online when you may not have the opportunity to do it in person. That thing you have right now that you make phone calls on, that you check your Facebook with, does video, and you guys can do it too. So I'm going to share with you right now 10 simple steps on getting your video on social media and making the most of it. Can you guys do me a favor in the comments section? If you guys are okay, if I go over my time, just type okay. If anybody needs to leave, I apologize because I am so excited and I'm going through these slides as quickly as I can, but I don't want to cut out on the content I have for you. Okay, thank you. And I respect your time. I'm just so excited that we're making progress. Love it. Thank you guys so much for your permission to continue. So here are 10 steps. Take a screenshot if you want to. And if you want to post these on social media, that'd be great. I'd love you just to use my hashtag SweetTeaSocial and just maybe share that this was helpful to you. So step 1, identify the content of the video. So you have to identify what the video is going to be about. Step 2, have good lighting and audio. Step 3, your personality and eye contact with the camera is important, so be a human being. You don't have to be anybody you're not, but just be authentically you and make sure we can hear you doing it. Step 4, share exactly what the video is about. Step 5, give them the meat of the video as you promised. Step 6, engage with your real audience in the video. Meaning, if you're making the video, it's easy for you to think I'm just making a video, but you've got to realize real human beings are going to be sitting there watching you later. So as you're making that video, like make yourself imagine you've got 100 people sitting there watching your video. So you would say something like, hey y'all, if you found this to be helpful, here in the comments below, let me know. Like that just acknowledges that you are talking to people when you make the video. Step 7, a call to action before ending the video. That's simple, guys. It could just be saying, hey, if you'd like to learn more in the comments below, just let me know. I'll happily reach out to you. Or, hey, if you want to know about my podcast that I just told you about, go ahead in the comments below and let me know. Like anything, asking them to do something is a call to action. Step 8, go to social media platform of choice. You get to pick. I don't care if LinkedIn is where you want to be, or if Instagram's where you want to be, or Twitter or Facebook. You get to make that choice because guess what? It's your business. Step 9, upload the video and add copy that causes curiosity. The biggest mistake that I am seeing people make with video is they upload their video, they go to all this time and effort to make it, and they either put no words, which is not going to necessarily get someone to try to click the button, or they write something that has nothing that's going to make someone be compelled to watch it. So you need to have a sentence that says something like, in my case, the one big mistake you're making on Instagram today. That is going to possibly compel someone to watch that video. So think like your audience that would propel them to click. Whew. Step 10, amplify who sees the video. And what I mean by that is if you post the video on Tuesday on your Facebook page, post that same video and upload it over on LinkedIn on Friday. Please do not just say it and spray it and upload something and just click the auto post on every other platform, because that's very disingenuous. Not a good practice. Don't do it. But you can repurpose content and do so smartly, which is going to help you amplify who sees the video. All right, take a quick pause and ask yourself, what should you do to be more effective with video? I'm going to give you guys about 20 seconds. Okay, type in the chat box, those of you that did write something, that one thing that you should do. Danica, who's a private tutor, wrote me this. She said, I am a private tutor in South Louisiana. I'd like to understand keywords that increase my visibility. I'd also like to better understand how to effectively use social media to drive people to my webpage. So the reality is the number one thing I could tell Danica and anyone else that has that same question is you have got to think like your audience. The questions they have is the content you need to be coming up with and posting about. If you currently work in the home healthcare industry and you don't want to talk about the COVID-19 virus because you think it's going to panic people, I am here to tell you that that is a mistake. You don't have to have like this scarcity content with what you post. You can encourage hope. You can talk about the things that you are doing to be proactive, how you are still serving in the midst of this. But by you not talking about it, it's just you putting on your blinders, and it's not being a good steward of the audience that you want to build. So go straight for the content, even if it feels scary, that is what people want to know about. And who better to tell them exactly how you're dealing with it and how you're handling it and how you're going to get over this and how you're still going to serve your customers through this by you discussing it and talking about it. And also on the idea of getting people to drive content to your website, the number one suggestion I can give you, Danica, and everyone else is do not have a link going off of social media every post. It's going to minimize the reach of your content. You want it to go great. 1 out of every 4 posts, include a link that goes somewhere, and then make sure it's going somewhere that's really helpful. Tell someone why they should click it and give them reason. They don't need to go to the website to decide if it's helpful. You've got to make the decision as a leader on social media if it is going to actually help them and make them want to click it. So I hope that helps. I'm going to briefly share with you 6 stages to thriving in business with strategy and kindness on social media. My whole academy that I have is focused on these 6 stages. The content we put out goes into one of these 6 things. So take a quick thought for yourself and maybe see which one of these is an area that you could work on. The S is your strong foundation. That's literally you knowing who you are, who you serve, how you serve them, and making sure that you're super clear on that so you can communicate it online. The O is about optimizing relationships. If you are the type of business that's only reaching out to people that when you need something and when you want someone and when you have a favor and you want someone to share a link for you, that is not going to serve you well. So you want to make sure that you are being social with other pages. You're engaging on their content. Somebody that you know won Business Owner of the Year. Share that on your business. Give condolences to them. Say congratulations, not condolences. Give congratulations to them and not be afraid to shine others. And by optimizing relationships online with people that are in your industry, rather than having this fear of competition, you will thrive. The C, choose the right platforms. You don't need to waste time being everywhere. You need to go where your audience spends a lot of time. Okay? The next 3 stages. The I stands for influential content. That means you cannot have your social media filled with what everybody else says about what you do. You need to actually have a voice, speak up, have an opinion, give your insight, and show us your expertise. It's got to be in your messaging. The A, automation and smart systems. That does not mean put social media on autopilot and pretend it doesn't exist. What it does mean is think ahead, be smart, schedule some of your content so every day you're not waking up going, wow, I haven't posted in 3 weeks. This kind of makes me feel terrible. And then when you have content scheduled, you then can show up and respond to people and be active and look great in your branding and in your social media. And the L stands for legacy and kingdom impact. Whether you outwardly show a light for Christ as like I'm shining Bible verses is not what I'm talking about here. You as a Christian business leader and business owner are shining a light for Christ in the way that you operate, the way you conduct business, the way that you fire people, the way that you hire people, the way that you respond to negative comments on social media, and that matters. So what legacy are you creating for your children and for generations from now, and how you're showing up in your business, and how are you bringing that into your organization? So we're not going to take 45 seconds. We're going to take 10 seconds in the chat box. Many of you guys have already told me, which one of those 6 stages do you need to work on the most? We've got someone that says O, someone says they need to work on O, someone else said that they need to work on the A, the automation and the systems. Love it. Okay, we're almost done here. So takeaways. I want you to take a second in the chat box. Tell me one of your top takeaways from today's workshop. I'm not going to have a chance to read through all of those, but I would love it. It would mean the world to me because we've got so many people here from so many different perspectives. Your takeaway matters to me. If you would take a second and just write that over in the chat box. Kendra, post content that inspires. Love it. Great. Fantastic. So I want you to do that. Post that over there. You know, I want you again to take action. This isn't about like making me feel good. It's about you taking action on what you took the time to do and to be here today for this workshop. So my prayer is that you feel well served today. So I'm not selling to you. I am here to tell you that this was all completely free. I am so excited that I was able to bring you information. If you want the idea of what it would be like, and if you want more, here are 3 ways that I just want to tell you about. I am not putting any links in the chat box. I'm just telling you about this. I do have a 1-to-1 60-day package, which is a combination of you and me working 1-to-1, and it's coaching and it's done with you help for 60 days. I've got my Social Thrive Business Academy, which is a group format with amazing leaders throughout the world. And we are showing up, having accountability. We're having group coaching. We are having short, quick tutorials, easily accessible, meeting those business owners exactly where they are as they're getting results. And then my book that I mentioned earlier, The Golden Rules of Social Media Marketing, is available on Amazon. Now, I will happily follow up with an email. I will happily include links for you guys to learn more about any of those opportunities if that's of interest to you. And this is my business. This is what I do. So if you or someone you know could benefit, fantastic. But here's what I've got. I've got a favor from 3 people. And I'm just going to kind of look for like a virtual yes. If you would be willing, and if I get more than 3, like praise God, but I'm looking for a 1 minute or less video that you record on your phone and that you're going to text it to this number. And in the video, you're literally going to just say, Heather's workshop was, and you're just going to say in your own words, like how this helped you. Or it helped me to blank. Do I have 3 people that would be willing to do that? And I will tell you, I'm excited because I want to be able to use the audio from those videos. I'm going to use those on my podcast. And I would love to be able to use some of those videos and to share it with other people if I decide to do this training again. Awesome. Pat Flowers said that she will do it. I love that. Thank you so much, Pat. Edward said he will definitely do it. Okay, you guys, before we shut this down, take a screenshot because that number isn't some fancy text servicing. That's my cell number. So just text me your video. And if you keep it short, it'll be very easy for you to text it to me. No fancy equipment. You guys can do this. Awesome. We already got our 2 people, and there may be other people that feel prompted, especially because we're going to have those that are watching this on the replay. Guys, I am so thankful to have each and every one of you here. I am thankful that you took the time and we got this in. I should have just said it would have been an hour, and then I would have been able to say it was perfectly on time. Thank you so much. Libby, if you guys found this to be helpful, in the chat box, just type helpful. I am so excited that you guys are here. I pray blessings on each and every one of you. I am thankful that we've had an opportunity to be here. I do have one further favor. If you're here, can you give me 30 seconds? If you don't mind opening your screen, I would like to take a quick photo on my phone. So smile. And I've got it on my end in speaker view, so I see all your little faces. Let me get my camera. Okay, hold on. Y'all are cute. Y'all are cute. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds, all you people that are thinking about showing me your face. Then we're going to take a picture. Okay, on the count of 3, I'm going to get everybody to just smile. I'm going to take a picture first, and then we'll do a video. Okay, so right now, everybody just smile. Okay, perfect. And now we're going to take a quick video. You guys are, like, y'all are helping me make social media content. I love it. Okay, everybody wave. 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 Okay, that's awesome. Okay, hold on. Unmute. I just unmuted everybody. All right. This is gonna crazy. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I'm laughing. So I'm gonna take a quick video and we're gonna say, have a great day. If you think this is weird, you can just totally get off. It's okay. But I'm gonna take a quick video and record everybody saying, have a great day. And you can wave your hand, you can do whatever you want to. So on the count of 3. Have a great day. Wait a minute. Why didn't I hear anything? Unmute. That's nothing. Okay, so can y'all say something?
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
All right. This is weird. I've unmuted everybody, but I hear nobody.
Uh-oh.
But
We can hear you too.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear everybody.
Unmute. Oh, well. I'll save that for another day. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. And I hope that you guys are all blessed. Go take action. Please follow up and let me know how you found this to be helpful. All right, everybody? Take care. See you later.